Who do you think is the current face of New York baseball?
Hey, we're talking baseball. All right. This is actually really easy for me. I understand the cases for other guys in this city, but the guy it is and the guy that it should be is Jacob deGrom. He is the best pitcher in all of baseball. It doesn't matter, starter, reliever, anything. He's the best pitcher. He might be just the best player in all of baseball. Certainly has some of the most dominant stuff on either side in the game of baseball. So to me, it has to be him. And this is something that really, look, he's not the type to self-promote, and that's okay. But baseball has to do a better job of promoting guys like him and others around the game and get more out of who they are and how good they are. They don't understand how good they have it right now with as much talent as is in Major League Baseball right now, and Jacob deGrom being at the top of that list.
Yeah, Reck, I'm with you. I think it's deGrom. You got the two Cy Youngs, but there's a different vibe around this city and certainly around this network when he's going to the mound for the Mets. Sweeny, how about you? Who do you think is the current face of New York baseball?
I can't argue with anything you guys said about deGrom, but to me, when you're talking about the face, it has to be an everyday player. And to me, there is clearly a 1 and a 1A, one representing each team. Aaron Judge has been the face of the Yankees since his remarkable rookie year in 2017, and there's still the question of whether or not he will remain a Yankee beyond this season because his contract is up, and obviously the Yankees have to talk about re-signing him. So Aaron Judge is clearly the number one. The 1A for me is Francisco Lindor. The Mets traded for him. They gave him a huge contract. He didn't live up to the billing in year number one, but he's going to be here a very long time. He's got the talent. He's got the personality. And the Mets have a team that can uplift all of that. I think Judge and Lindor, everyday players, are your faces of the sport in New York.
You know, when I was asked this question in the newsroom this afternoon as the show was being prepared, the gut answer, the first thing that came out of my mouth, who's the face of New York baseball, I said Steve Cohen, without thinking about it. So I'm going to go with that gut answer, and I think I would still say that if I were to think it through, because he's someone who looms so large right now in terms of not only how the business in New York baseball is being conducted and the hope that Met fans have of finally taking over this town, but in terms of the labor negotiations, he looms so large over the industry. I can't tell you how many sources on all sides of this have said, oh, the small market owners are so scared of Steve Cohen that they're doing X, Y, Z, whether it's a luxury tax or some other measures. So he, to me, is the biggest presence in New York baseball right now. I think once the season gets started, I would go with a Judge, maybe an Aaron Boone, who was a very, very popular manager when the team was on the ascent and could be again if the Yankees win. I think you got to go with a Yankee on that front, just because until the Mets prove otherwise on the field, the Yankees are obviously the more dominant sort of brand in New York sports.